Here's a quick video on how to do English paper piecing. You'll need a few supplies. You need your template, your fabric, your scissors, and some source of glue or glue pen, glue stick, something like that. I'm using a little glue pen here. It makes it a little bit easier. So run your glue along each side and trim your fabric down. You don't need a whole bunch of extra, you know, kind of like a 1/4 inch, just like you do when you're doing normal paper or normal piecing. Fold that over, and you're going to do that all the way around. Here I'm trimming off the extra, and then I'll run glue along this side and I'll fold it over. Okay, now we'll speed things up a little bit, and I'm going to do that all the way around. Going around trimming, putting some glue on. It doesn't take much. Folding it over, pressing it down. The last side, you're going to trim it and put some more glue and fold it back over. Now if you get to where it doesn't stick like it did here, no problem. Add a little more glue. You're just using glue to hold it until you start sewing your pieces together. That's all you're doing. Now I flip it over, trim your dog ears off. You want all your geometric shapes, whatever they may be, diamonds, hexagons, pentagons, whatever, to have nice crispy points so they all lock together. Now, after you do a couple, you can see how they all fit together here. Figure out what kind of pattern you're doing, or if your layout. And then to assemble your project, you're just going to take two. And just like you would with regular sewing, you're going to put the right sides together. And another tip is use really thin thread. I'm using a really thin polyester, and you want to use a really thin needle. So with right sides together, match your points, match your sides, put them together. Start at one end or the other, doesn't really matter. And you're going to use a really thin, really small whip stitch. So start at the tip, and I take a couple stitches just to start out. And now when you're sewing here, you're only sewing the fabric. You're not sewing into that cardboard template, because you're going to take that out once you get everything done. And by everything, I mean when you have something sewed on all sides of that piece. Okay, so as you see, it doesn't take long. Just a couple of whip stitches. Back and forth, back and forth. Make sure that you're only getting the fabric. You don't want to poke through the cardboard. And if you have to wiggle it around a little bit to miss it, that's what I'm doing here. And just take your time. And with a thin needle, you really don't need a thimble. This is a pretty small needle. I don't know the size. It's just small. It's tiny. And then get to the end, make sure you sew all the way to the point. Got a couple more stitches here. See, and then there you go. Open it up, and now you got your two sewn together, and you do that for all of them, and there you go. It's not that hard. You sew all those together, and when you're done, you end up with something like this. So there you go, guys. Give it a try. It's not that hard. Okay, I'm just learning and I'm able to do it, so give it a shot.